This guy is a wrecking machine, and he's hungry.
All of you chumps are gonna bow. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Money.
You're listening to The Real Estate Debate with Mr. Credit on AM 760 KFMB. If you'd like to contact Mr. Credit, visit mrcredit.org.
Welcome to a very special edition of The Real Estate Debate. Mr. Credit here, your host, and JJ today. It's my favorite show of the month. It's the Redfin Roundtable again today, JJ.
I'm excited to be here again for the Redfin Roundtable because I think it's probably one of the best shows we do.
Yeah, I really agree, and it's not just because I'm a Redfin homer, which I am, admittedly, but it's also because of the things that are changing in the real estate world seem to be happening through Redfin these days. So we have 3 agents from Redfin.com. You know, a lot of people don't even know that Redfin.com is a brokerage.
Right.
So that's kind of the first thing that we learn on the Redfin Roundtable every month when we do it, is that Redfin is a brokerage. They do have agents. And we have 3 of them in the studio today.
And top notch. And, you know, what people need to know is the number of transactions that they're closing is extreme. I mean, we're talking hundreds of transactions that Redfin is closing every month. And the expertise is there.
Yeah, because of the repetition, obviously. And also, as we before we introduce our guests, mortgage rates, JJ. I want to talk about that real quick with you because we had this nice dip. Everyone got really happy, got really excited. Some people took advantage. It seemed like we lost a little ground in the rate department. How do we stand right now?
Yeah, we've lost a little ground. I mean, you know, the thing with interest rates, I mean, the old saying, pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered, definitely comes into play, especially these times where interest rates dip down and people kind of lax to timing. And they think they're going to go lower, and they don't. They bounce back up.
Right.
And, you know, we're in a worldwide economy right now. I mean, you know, we have to look at Greece, what's happening in Europe right now. I mean, Greece has really nothing to do with the U.S. economy, but that money being fluctuated around does play a part where with money pouring into treasuries, money going out of treasuries, mortgage-backed securities. And we have lost some ground this week. And hopefully people have taken advantage of it. The thing to understand is rates are still great. They're not at the 2015 lows that they were a week ago, but we're still very close to that.
Yeah, and I think when you talk about Greece and things along those lines, you got to remember that we've had a lot of up years in a row. Stock market's been straight up since 2009. There's a lot of profit on the table. There's a lot of big money with a lot of big profit. You start to see things in Greece where they start throwing interest rates around in the double digits, and people go, well, you know, last time they didn't go out of business, so maybe we should shift some money that way, and the 2 point whatever percent it is in the 10-year just isn't as attractive at that point in time. So money moves out of 10-year treasuries, and that leads the charge out of mortgage-backed securities. So, but rates are still really low.
They're still great.
I heard a guy talking today. In fact, I overheard a conversation. A guy saying he got sub 4%.
Yep, and you can get sub 4, and you know what you have to understand is, you know, interest rates. There's a lot of dynamics that go into interest rates, especially conventional financing and jumbo financing. I mean, credit score, debt to income ratio, the loan to value, the type of property. Are you living in the property? Is it a second home? Is it an investment property? So, you know, blanket interest rate quotes and throwing those out there probably isn't the smartest thing to do. Interest rates are great. Government stuff in the mid 3s still.
Wow.
You know, FHA, VA, very, very attractive. Jumbo stuff, very attractive. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, don't think you missed the boat because you kind of laxed and you didn't take advantage of it. You can still, you know, get a great interest rate.
Interest rates are great. You can find out exactly what they are if you go to askjjnow.com. Of course, that's for John Girotes, my longtime co-host on this show, 4+ years with Synergy One Lending. AskJJNow.com. You can see interest rates. You can even do a pre-approval right there if you're looking to refinance or purchase a home. AskJJNow.com. Ready to introduce our guest today, JJ?
Let's do it.
All right. Willie Wilson is back from Redfin.com. Willie, what's up, man?
Not much. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, it's great to have you back, dude. I tell you, you told us some great stories last time. No pressure. We're looking forward to hearing some more of your stories today.
Absolutely. I got a few more.
You got a few more. All right. Good to have you here. Jordan Clark is also here. He is the real estate debate champion, JJ.
Oh, yeah.
From Redfin.com. What's up, Jordan?
Very good. Not much.
Did I fake you out with that question?
Definitely did. I was thinking about the last time I was here on the debate, and I lost.
Oh, you thought about that?
I was thinking about that.
But I introduced you as a champion,
I
though.
know, but I feel like I need to come back to redeem myself after that last loss.
Well, you are definitely invited.
Thank you.
All right, great stuff. Great to have you here. And a new timer on the show, Lisa Padilla, is here from Redfin.com. What's up, Lisa?
Nothing much. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you all here. So we got a whole bunch of cameras in the studio. This video will be live right now on mrcredit.org. So if you prefer to watch this, or if you want to watch it later, listen to it right now, you can go to mrcredit.org and watch a 5-camera video production at mrcredit.org. So let's talk about the market in general to kind of start things off. Willie, I want to start with you. You're kind of a coastal guy, Carmel Valley area, working the coast on up. What do you feel like has happened so far this year in the market for 2015? Or how would you describe 2015 right now?
So last time I was here, I was making a prediction that what we saw last year, 2014, the year before that, we're going to see a lot more of the same. And so far, it's looking that way. I will give one example of a house in the 730 range in Encinitas. In that neck of the woods, that's kind of a starter house. That's your first house with the white picket fence. Of course, it does have nice ocean views. But so the property goes on the market on Super Bowl weekend, and my clients, we've been hawking this opportunity, this type of opportunity. So we run right over there. We take a look at it. We write an offer on the spot. Next day, I check in with the listing agent. I know that they're going to want the listing to have its proper exposure to the market, so they're not just going to take our full price offer on day one. Sure enough, on Sunday, I check in. He says, well, you won't hear back till tomorrow. I said, well, what other offers do you have? He said, we don't have any other offers yet. I went, really? It was Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody was sleeping. Everybody was snoozing, watching behind the wheel. Sure enough, come Monday, 6 or 7 offers, and here we go. I tell my clients, you better strap on your boots. We got to get serious. So we step up and paid a pretty price for it, but we got the house, and I found out later that the next day there was another wave of 6 to 7 offers that came in that were higher. So they have backup offers in place that are higher than what we were able to contract it at. But that's a little snapshot of what's going on out there.
So it's that crazy.
It's that crazy in certain neighborhoods, certain zip codes, definitely.
Wow, that's not your FHA house, JJ. I mean, that's somebody who's putting 20% down.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think what the statistic just rolled out for January 15, 7% higher than January 2014, the median price. So I mean, it shows that January had a lot of happenings out there.
Yeah, a lot of activity.
Which can be a slower month. So
typically, right? I mean, I wouldn't expect to be a hot January, but so far that's what it sounds like. Lisa, what's your experience been so far in 2015?
My territory is a little bit more the city central area, and I'm seeing the same things. The first property that I put into escrow and helped, actually, they were one of my really good friends. They had been looking for quite some time, and same type of situation. They saw the property as soon as it hit the market and put a full-priced offer in, and we had to go through multiple counter offers just to get that property on board. And there was even offers that came in afterwards that were higher that they didn't accept because they liked my clients, they liked our letter, they liked a lot of things about us. But every single offer that I've written this year so far has been a multiple offer situation.
Wow. And what was the price point on that one?
That one, it was in the mid 500s.
Okay.
So that's a very, very competitive price range right now. And that property was in the Lake Murray area, which is kind of a hot area for the central area of San Diego.
Okay. And you handle central, or we would call it Central South?
Pretty much, yes. I like to say everything from Pacific Beach out to El Cajon and all the way down south. So we have a lot of different neighborhoods in the area, my territory.
That's a dynamic range
right.
of neighborhoods.
Well, we've got everything from Mission Hills and Point Loma all the way to your very starter homes in downtown. So it's great to work there because I get to work with a lot of different type of product.
It's crazy just the difference between Coronado and Imperial Beach. I mean, if you want to draw a 2-mile straight line, and figure out the difference between two areas, and you cover all that area, including downtown, what would we call it, the city center area, North Park,
everything
and all that.
Around Balboa Park, which is crazy right now. Another offer just got accepted a couple days ago. 7 offers ended up going so much over the list price. They're taking the home as is, no termite report, no clearance, and it's an old 1920s home, but it's what you have to do to get into these neighborhoods that are very up and coming, and people just want to be there.
Yeah, there's clearly a lot of demand in certain pockets. Jordan Clark, Champ. Champ, what has your experience been so far in 2015?
Well, it started off very slow. It started off the way it had been since last May or June, depending, which is that buyers started to feel around that time that they started having more power. And so the market didn't go up at all, just flatline, no appreciation over that time. And so people started feeling like they had more power as a buyer. And that continued through the first couple of weeks of January until like the third weekend of January. Everything just blew up. And so now, like, whenever I see a new property come on in Carlsbad or Encinitas or San Marcos, if it's under $800,000, I'll see it first when it comes on the market, and I'll tell my clients about it. And by the time they click that link that I sent them, it has the designation as a hot home, which means we have a data scientist that was able to create a great algorithm. And so it predicts properties that are going to sell really quickly. And you'll see it on our website and on our app, hot home at the top. And then it'll say, this home is 70% likely to sell within 3 days or 7 days.
Wow, I did not know about that. Now I use the Redfin app a lot, and we're going to talk today a lot about the Redfin app. And so will you see that on the app and on the PC version?
Yep. It's right there. It says hot home on the picture, and then right below the picture, it'll tell you the prediction on how quickly it will sell and the percentage of likelihood.
Now, this is what's really cool about Redfin is you guys are a technology company first, kind of in a brokerage second almost, but you're obviously a good brokerage, but you have all this technology that no one else has. And this is one of those things. So one of your engineers figured out how to determine which homes are going to sell quickly. Is this based on like how many people are favoriting it on the side, or how many views it's getting, or how quickly it's getting them? Or
yeah, I believe it's around 180 different data points that they analyze.
Wow.
And so yeah, it depends upon how many page views it has, how many people have pressed the heart button on our site that favorites the property, and also recent properties of the same or like, how quickly they have sold. So it uses all these different data points. And I got to say, it's like unbelievably accurate.
And so have been a lot of the different things that your guys' technology has pointed out recently. I love the heart button. I like the favorite properties. If I like it, I heart it. And it's really neat because then I'll get an email when the property sells. If it's a property that I'm not going to buy, but I still want to know what happens with it. Like, is this the right price? Is it really worth $590? Or what's it going to sell at? Then you'll get that email, this property sold at this amount. It's closed, it's done. Or, hey, this one went pending. So then you know, okay, it went pending. I'm going to get an email soon saying what it sold for, unless it falls out escrow. So I love the heart button, JJ.
That's pretty cool.
I'm addicted to the heart button.
Yeah, you get addicted to it, right? And then, I mean, if you can predict from a consumer standpoint, if you're a buyer and you're looking at these properties and you know that you have potentially 3 to 7 days to take action, it certainly puts you in a driver's seat compared to a lot of people that aren't. It's definitely an advantage. You just have to use it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I told a client about a property yesterday. It became a hot home within a few hours of being on the market. And they're like, okay, we'll go take a look at it on Sunday. I'm like, it just became a hot home. You don't have you don't have the time to do that. Can you do tomorrow morning? They're like, yeah, no, we can do tomorrow morning.
How about right now?
Yeah.
If it's a hot home, it sounds like you need to go look at it right now. You're listening to the second edition of the Redfin Roundtable on the Real Estate Debate with Mr. Credit. We'll be right back to make you smarter than everyone else. Stick around.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Debate with Mr. Credit on AM 760 KFMB.
Welcome back to a very special edition of the Real Estate Debate. It's that time of the month for the Redfin Roundtable. JJ, my favorite show of the month, the Redfin Roundtable. We have 3 agents in the studio today from Redfin.com. As we said, a lot of people don't know that Redfin.com is more than just a great website to search for properties. They're actually a brokerage.
Yeah, definitely. And you have to take advantage of it. I mean, there's a lot of benefits that I know we're going to cover today, but from a buyer standpoint, a seller standpoint, there's financial benefits as well as expertise benefits.
Yeah, there's expertise benefits. There's technology benefits. There are cost savings benefits. It goes on down the list. Today, I want to talk about the app quite a bit because a lot more people are looking at homes on their mobile devices, their tablets. I do it myself all the time. I mean, if I just want to check out a market, I pull out my phone, I open the Redfin app, and I look. In fact, one of the searches that I did recently was I just did under 400,000 in San Diego, and I just looked all over the place. Attached, detached, anything under 400,000. What's out there? And a whole lot of homes are for sale under 400,000. So a lot of people say, affordability, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of affordable homes that are still on the market. Lisa, we'd like to start with you and just kind of talk about the home search function. What are some of the things that people need to know who are looking for homes about how they can use the Redfin app in the home search aspect?
Well, the Redfin app essentially does everything that our website does. So if you've been on redfin.com and you've searched for homes, you've noticed that it's a very user-friendly interface. So you can search for homes by property type, by bedrooms, by square footage, by certain features. But you can also narrow your search by neighborhoods as well as school districts. Our app also, I live in North Park, so I like to walk around with my dog and open up the app and look at the mapping section on it and to see what's available in the neighborhood. So I can see if there's a property just 2 blocks up that's available, when it went on the market, how long it's been on the market, and all the details about it. So it is a ton of information. It's at your fingertips.
The walk score is on there as well. I did a Ramona search this week, also just researching that market, and I actually saw a bunch of homes in a row that had a 1. I didn't know you could get
Not
a 1.
Not much of a walk score
For a
there.
walk score, a 1 is the lowest, which I think it summarizes that as meaning you will need a car to do anything. There's nothing in walking distance.
walk to the cows you're going to have.
Except for firewood. That's the only thing that's walking distance if you have an axe and trees. So the home search, obviously there's a lot of filters too in there that you can really boil it down through when you're doing a search on, whether it's through the Redfin app or redfin.com.
Right.
You can filter out a whole bunch of stuff from the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, but also to the lot size if you're looking for acreage, to
HOA. You can keep it under 200 or whatever you like.
Exactly. There's a ton of different options in there with regard to that. They also have this feature called instant updates. Jordan, what is the instant update feature?
So it's just turning that search that Lisa was talking about into an auto notification. So just if you're on the website, there's going to be in the top left-hand corner of the map, there's going to be a little toggle that you just press that says instant updates, and you're going to be able to create a saved search for yourself so that anytime a new price occurs for any property within that search criteria or a new listing comes on, you're going to receive an instant update. You can get it so that it's a push notification on your phone. You can get it so that it's an instant email, or you can get it so you get like an email just once a day with any new updates for that search. And you can create as many as you want too.
That's very interesting. I'm going to have to look into this. You're going to have to show me how to do this, because I would really like that. Just set up a criteria for an area and then get that, because that's what a lot of agents do for, traditional agents would do, is they say, oh, let me set you up on a search. But they have to do all the work for you on the back end as far as setting the parameters. Yeah. With this, you do it yourself.
You do it yourself. It takes 5 seconds. It's the same thing as just doing a regular search, but on the website, it's pressing a toggle, and on your phone or your tablet, it's just at the bottom, it says save search, and there you go. Done like that. You can name it so that you can go into your profile later and change any aspects of that if you ever want to change it. But yeah, super, super easy.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a San Diego under 400K search, a Ramona under 500K with an acre search. I've already got ideas for searches here.
So you can set up different searches.
As many as you want.
See,
I probably have
that's
like
what the
50.
cool thing is. Yeah.
Awesome. So you do get push notifications when they
push notifications all the time. It happens on like a 15-minute basis.
One of the things that's important for the listeners to understand is that the difference between Redfin and Zillow truly is that we are local members of the MLS. So we are brokers and agents. So this information that is getting to the app, this is coming essentially from the MLS. So clients won't even quite understand that, and they'll say, well, where are you guys getting your information? Am I missing anything by only using the Redfin website or app and not, having a direct porthole or a link to the MLS? The answer is absolutely not. In fact, if I was to give you my login information and you were to go onto the MLS, you're probably going to be really frustrated and confused trying to use that software versus the Redfin website. We clean it all up. We make it user-friendly. So if something hits the MLS, it's going to be on our app and our website within 10 to 15 minutes.
And so that kind of gives you an idea of what home details are available, right, Willie? I mean, as far as, how much information is in there when you're looking for a property.
Right.
What are you getting? How much of the picture are you seeing when you go and you click on that property and say, oh, here's one that looks like it's in the price range, 4 bed, 2 bath. Okay, cool. Looks like there's a pool. You click on it, you go in there, and then you've got the details of the home in there.
So let me paint a little picture. It's a Saturday afternoon. It's an open house. You've got agents. You've got people off the street walking around. You can often tell a Redfin agent when they're at that open house because we have our iPads, we have our phablets, we have our iPhones, and we've got the app up, and we have all of that information, all those home details that you're referring to. So when it's actually pretty funny, and it's happened quite a bit. I mean, not throwing any traditional brokerages or anybody under the table, because often there's people that sit at an open house and they might just be filling in and helping out that brokerage, or they're trying to get some business, so they don't really know the specs and the details of the house. So my clients will walk in and they'll say, what's the HOA dues in this community? and they're fumbling over some paperwork looking for the MLS printout, and I've got the app with all the information. I'm like, oh, that's just $410 a month. When was the last time this home was sold? Oh, that was sold in 2009. It sold for $735. That kind of information we have right at our fingertip, and I always have that open. And my clients know. They know I'm not texting friends. They know I've got my app open, and I've got all that information ready so that when they ask those questions, I've got it for them.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's amazing.
I haven't seen, there's nothing that I've ever wanted to know that isn't on the redfin.com website when I search for a property. And JJ, you know this about me. I like to look at the past sales history. And we've had entire segments where we've talked about how that can be dangerous to the psyche of a buyer. But I'm addicted to looking at that. I can't help it. I need to go to a class or something. It's like, that's the first thing I want to look at. Why is it that we feel the need to do that? I don't know. It doesn't really matter what it sold for in the past, does it? I mean,
it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
No.
But sometimes
I love
when it's
seeing
a property that doesn't have a lot of comparable sales, sometimes it helps solidify a price. If you look at a property that sold in 2000, and then you can get some data on what the market for that neighborhood has gone up since 2000, you can use that as another data point for what is a fair market value today when there is a lack of comparable value.
Jordan, I think that's a great point.
I agree. You finally made sense of it for me. Now I will never give it up. There's no class that can save me now.
But you can also see the history, even if it hasn't sold, you can see if it's went under contract before. So if you see a home that's gone under contract a couple of times and you're sitting there in the property, you can call the listing agent right then and there and see, well, why? Why has it fallen out of escrow? Was it inspection issues? Was it lending issues? So that gives you a whole lot of information as well, more than just knowing what it sold for the last time.
So you get to see every time it's gone under contract.
Right.
That's interesting.
Or if it was delisted, sometimes people take things off the market for a couple months and then they put them back on the market. It just gives you a really good idea of what the history of the property is. So that's my favorite part of the app that I use quite often when I'm out with clients.
Well, you and me both, except for not when I'm out with clients, mostly when I'm at home just doing research on real estate in San Diego. You're listening to The Real Estate Debate. Today is a very special edition of the show, the Redfin Roundtable. Coming up, more about the Redfin app, how we can save you money and make you smarter than everyone else. Stick around.
Welcome back to The Real Estate Debate with Mr. Credit on AM 760 KFMB.
Welcome back. Thank you for hanging out with us on your Sunday afternoon. Mr. Credit here, your host. You're listening to The Real Estate Debate, a very special edition. The Redfin Roundtable. We have 3 agents from Redfin.com in the studio giving us their insights on the market. Willie Wilson, Jordan Clark, and Lisa Padilla are here. Of course, my co-host, John Giroux, JJ with Synergy One Lending is here as well. JJ, learning a lot already.
Big time.
And I use this app all the time.
Yeah. And you probably just don't know all the features of the app, right?
That's the thing.
Like anything.
That's the thing. Maybe it's because I'm at the tail end of the millennials. If I was a little bit towards the beginning, maybe I would know more about how to dive into these things.
Well, you're talking to the
BlackBerry guy.
BlackBerry guy. So I mean, I'm not sure. Does the app go to the BlackBerry? That's the question I have. It doesn't. No. That's good because my wife has a new iPhone and I can always tap in her, or we can use the iPad. So. We're not lacking anything there. And the BlackBerry's, it's on its way out.
Got to get into the cloud, JJ.
It's soon. 2016.
Well, great stuff. So far we've learned quite a bit about the market. We've learned a lot about the Redfin app and how people are searching for homes, how we can utilize the Redfin technology to gain an advantage in the marketplace. And Lisa, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a feature on there called Tour Insights. What is this? How does it work? And how can people benefit from it?
So Tour Insights is a very interesting aspect of our website and the app. We always like to say you've never met a realtor that has ever seen a home they didn't like, right? You walk into a home, they like everything. There's nothing bad about the home because they want you to buy it. What we do is we send our agents into properties and we write notes about the properties, notes that you wouldn't normally see on the listings. So, for instance, I was showing something over in the South Park area. Beautiful home. It's been on the market for a really long time. Didn't really realize what was going on with it. It was originally priced a little high, but as I'm talking to my clients, I hear the plane overhead.
Uh-oh.
Very loud plane.
Flight plan.
Yes. And so that's something that I think somebody would absolutely want to know before they make an appointment. They go out and they see a property. So I wrote that in the Tour Insights in the notes. So we use these insights for our potential buyers to see things about the home. So for instance, if you have to go through one bedroom to get to another bedroom, or if, for instance, a bedroom isn't a bedroom, it doesn't have a closet, it doesn't have a window, and it's being marketed as such. So these are things that our clients really like to hear, and they're all listed on the app, and they're also listed on our website.
So someone should probably go and read those before they go see a property.
Absolutely.
Now, who can write those? Is it just the Redfin agents, or do your clients also get the chance to write reviews in there? Or?
No, at this point, it's just the Redfin agents. And so it would be the deal writing agents and also our associate agents. But we actually give a ton of information. We have so many agents that go out and see properties, a lot of properties. So you'll see on many listings, there'll be 4, 5, sometimes 10 comments and agent insights from our agents. So there's a lot of information there.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And I've seen those comments in there many times, which are always helpful. I mean, it's always nice to have someone who's seen the property be able to tell you. There's always some piece of insight that you can't see with the pictures.
Absolutely.
You just can't see with the pictures. So, Jordan, we talked about favorite homes, right? Which is the little heart on there. So if you've searched on redfin.com or you've been using the Redfin app, JJ, I'm addicted to the heart, as I said, you look for that heart, you favorite the home, and tell us what happens then.
And then any detail change whatsoever on that property, whether it's gone to pending, or if it's sold, or if it came back on the market after being pending, or if it reduced price, you'll get notified, whether based upon your settings. So if you got instant notifications, you'll get an instant email or an instant push notification on your phone, or you'll get it once a day or whenever you've set your settings for. And when you're looking at a map for a search, you can see on the little icons, if it has a little heart, that means you favorited it, and that's a property that you like. Or if it has a little star, that means that it has a tour in sight.
Ah, that's what the star means.
Yeah.
So the tour insight, so that means it has comments to look at.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. And I love the tour insight because there could be something in there that is a real deal killer or a real deal maker.
Right.
On that tour insight comment. So.
And it also lets our clients know we've seen that. Yep. And so I get it all the time. Oh, Jordan, we see that you've seen this property. Can you let us know about this? And they already know that they can ask me that question, and I'll have an answer for them.
That's awesome.
Very cool stuff. So, Willie, I wanted to ask you about this because I've been looking on Redfin.com. I've seen lots of different homes. I've read the tour insights. I've favorited stuff. And at this point, I think I'm ready to go see a couple of these things. What happens next?
The key word is easy. That's what we're always striving to do. We want to make this so easy for our clients. So when you're using the app and you happen to stumble upon a property that you just absolutely have to see that afternoon, it's one button away, and you can just submit what we call a tour request. So it'll go straight to one of our tour coordinators. What a lot of people don't realize is that we have a whole team. We have a fleet of people that are willing to do anything it takes to help you achieve your goals. So we have these tour coordinators that are in place, which are basically essentially they're like dispatch. So they're sitting at home at their computers with their phones, and they're waiting for somebody to use the app, click that, submit a tour request. They're going to call you within 15 minutes and say, thank you so much, Derek, for clicking onto our website and showing your interest in this property. How can we help you? Do you want to go see that this afternoon? Let me see if I have an agent available. So again, it boils down to just ease and just clicks of fingers.
He said it's like dispatch, JJ.
I like it. It's like an auto club for house searching.
It's like you call a 911 here. It's like real estate 911. I want to go see this property now. I see it's what is it? A hot property, Jordan.
It's a hot property.
I got to request a tour immediately.
Boom, and you'll get a call back right away, even when Willie's in an appointment.
Yeah,
and then they'll book them for right after that next appointment and get them in.
Wow, that's great stuff. So now, when we get to that point where we're actually going to, so we call, okay, I submit the tour request. I do it through the app or at redfin.com or the Redfin app. Submit for the tour request. They contact me, and then we just set it up, right? I mean, at that point, it's just literally, okay, what time can you come? We go and we look at it. And if I have multiple homes to look at, are they going to book all those in succession? Is that typically how it works?
So we can do up to 6 homes in a 2-hour block. So that's basically the way it works. And now we have this role that we mention from time to time when we do the show. It's the associate agent role. And these are the people that work, again, collectively on our team. And they are there to take our clients out and show them properties when your actual deal writing agent is available. For instance, 3 of us right now are sitting here doing the show with you, And we have clients that want to see properties right now. And so we don't want them at the mercy of our schedule. We want them to be able to get with one of our associate agents and get over there and look at that house, because in this market, timing's everything. Speed kills. So guess what, though? I guarantee you when we get out of the show, we're going to have some emails and somebody saw something and they want to write an offer. And that's the way it works for a Redfin agent.
I would like to sidebar on that just for a second, if I could, because we have a lot of people in the industry who also listen to the program, people who work in the traditional setups and stuff like that. If we could just real quick tell me what you like the best about being an agent for Redfin, or what's kind of in it for you as a Redfin agent versus a traditional agent, Jordan.
It really lets us focus in on the most important facts and factors of a successful home buying search for our clients. So getting them out there as quickly as possible and having support staff that are able to do that when we're not available, having full-time transaction coordinators, and having all the leads just provided to us where we don't have to spend any time focusing on getting any leads. All we focus on is knowing the market, knowing our clients, getting really good negotiating skills so that we get the best deal for our clients, and making sure that they're happy.
Okay, Lisa, how about
and
for you?
I have to agree with Jordan. It's leveraging that technology to be the best agents that we can be. We've all been agents for quite some time here in San Diego, and we can just be quicker. We can be better. We can be better for our clients, and we can really, once again, focus on customer service. And that's what Redfin really puts above everything else, is customer service for our clients out there. And, because we are going out, we're seeing so many properties, and we're working with our agents that go out and see properties on our behalf, we have more information than your standard traditional agent out there, just because of the pure volume of what we're doing.
I call it the Wizard of Oz syndrome that we get at Redfin. So we're all knowing because we have all these associates that are able to provide us with information. And so anything about any of our clients, when they went out on tour with our associates, or anything about these properties, whether it's from our tour, from our associates, or from their insights, we're able to take all that information, and we're able to get a lot more information a lot more quicker to make us more powerful for our clients.
Willie, can you top that?
Jordan's a hard guy to top, but for me, Redfin, it empowers us to truly be an advocate for our clients, and that's what's really just spectacular about the whole business model. I'm a firm believer that the word sales means to serve. I was one of those people that I had those stigmas about salespeople, even before I came into sales, that didn't think I was that type of person. I wasn't that cunning, going to tell you what you need to hear to make this deal happen. But I realized that that's not what selling is. It's serving. So working for a company like Redfin, where the whole business model and platform is designed around us providing this amazing experience for our clients, and we actually get paid on that satisfaction. And so a lot of people don't realize that we're not paid a commission. We're base salaried, and we get a transactional bonus based on our client satisfaction. So then people say, well, how do you know your clients are satisfied? We've boiled it down to one question. Would you recommend Willie Wilson to your friends, family, or acquaintances 1 to 10? We've actually taken this from a book called The Ultimate Question, but that one question basically can completely encapsulate a whole experience for a client.
Yeah, no question. I tell you, I like all of those things about Redfin.com, and it's from an agent perspective. I think the biggest thing, and JJ, I'd love to get your insights too for agents out there, is that you spend a lot of time. Most agents spend a lot of time trying to market, to find the next deal. Let's say, find new clients. They spend a lot of time doing that, and so that leaves less time for them to be able to work with the clients they have and really focus and hone in on those deals. With Redfin, it seems like because of the fact that you've got things compartmentalized, you have agents who can show the property, and then Willie can write the offer, and you have people who can do these things and specialize in it, that everyone's able to be really good and really focused on what they're doing. What do you like about Redfin?
Yeah, definitely. Well, number one, and this is something that maybe you've noticed, but every Redfin agent that I've met is very happy with the place they work. And I think when you're happy with where you're working and when you're happy with what you're doing, it exudes out. And everybody that I've ever met or have spoken to from Redfin exudes happiness about their workplace. And that's going to relay down to their service and the clients that they're serving. And I think for me, that's the biggest thing that I've noticed, and the biggest thing that would attract me to Redfin as a consumer,
right?
Because you're going to talk to people that are very happy with their workplace.
And the first time I met with Jordan, I remember he told me about the compensation, and he said, "Yeah, if we walk into a house and there's something wrong with it, I'll very quickly point it out." And I said, "Wow, that is such a contrast to the normal, oh, don't look this direction. There's something weird over here that you might get in a normal situation." Now, I'm not trying to talk bad about other brokerages or other agents. A lot of good agents here in San Diego, but because compensation does drive behavior, the way that it's structured, it is different. You are incentivized to shoot the client straight, good or bad.
I'm definitely incentivized to be a straight shooter and just tell them everything. So even when a client loves a property and they're buying it and they're happy with it, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to tell you everything that's wrong with this house, even though you love it, just so that you know everything that can possibly come down the line while you're owning it, and then when you're selling it as well, what other buyers might say. So this may not affect you, this may not concern you whatsoever, but it's good that you know it anyways.
Yeah. Absolutely. And this is just one of the many benefits to Redfin, and why we decided to do the Redfin Roundtable once a month, so that we can educate people out there about the fact that Redfin is not just a great website to search for homes, but is also a brokerage as well that is very, very well structured and designed to be efficient and inexpensive for consumers out there. So coming up, we'll talk more about the Redfin app, redfin.com, with our Redfin agents in the studio. We'll make you smarter than everyone else. It's guaranteed. Stick around.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Debate with Mr. Credit on AM 760 KFMB.
Welcome back to a very special edition of the Real Estate Debate. It is our Redfin Roundtable, the second one that we have done. We have Willie Wilson, Jordan Clark, and Lisa Padilla, agents from Redfin.com, in the studio today. JJ, of course, my co-host today with Synergy One Lending. And JJ, we told Willie that we were going to hit him up for a story. So I think it's time.
Story time.
It's story time.
Let's hear it, Willie.
It's story time with Willie Wilson. Willie, give us a story.
All right, let's do this. So we've been talking about the app today and just what a powerful tool that can be to our clients. And I've got a story about a client that I met. It was about a year ago, and we went to look at a couple of properties. We're meeting for the first time, and I'm explaining to her the differences of Redfin and how we have technology on our side to help her accomplish her real estate goals. She admitted to me, I'm not really the most tech-savvy person. I'm probably just going to rely on you, the agent. That's fine, too. We do that as well. But I still want to show you some of these tools. She said, okay, I'm open-minded. Show me what you got. So I showed her the app, and I showed her how we could, as we've been talking about, you can favorite properties. And so she found a property, and she favorited it, and we ran over there, and we looked at it. She fell in love. We wrote an offer. It was a bidding war on the first week, and we were in this haze of offers, negotiations, and all of that. We ended up losing the house. She was heartbroken. It was a real bummer. But I told her, you know what? You've got it clicked as favorite. I'm still going to hawk the property for you, but let's keep an eye on it. You never know. I'm out maybe 2 days later. I'm out touring with some other clients, and I'm getting blown up, and I feel the text coming in, and it's my client. She's going, Willie, it just went back onto the market. It just fell through. I got the auto notification on my iPhone. You were right. We got to get over there. We got to make this happen. We cannot lose this house again. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be done with my clients in about 10 minutes. I'll call you right away. Called the listing agent. We resuscitated that deal that we had, that negotiation, and we had that thing locked up, and we were opening escrow on Monday morning. Now, had she not got that auto notification and alerted me to get on it that night on that Sunday evening and get that offer back out there, we probably would have waited around like everyone else till Monday rolled around, and we would have been right back in that same position where we're scrambling and we're up against 4 or 5 other offers. So that was just an incredible example of somebody who told me, look, I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how to use that stuff. And hey, I mean, if my 75-year-old grandma can use Apple TV, I mean, you can use this app. It's just
it's easy. You hit the heart when you like a property.
And then you get notified.
Then you get notified about everything.
Simple.
It's easy. And you can also, I believe, and I didn't set up this way, but I believe you can sign in with your Facebook ID, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So you don't need to create, if you don't want to create a new login. Everybody hates to create new login. Like, what's my login? What email address did I use? What password did I use on this site? You just sign in with Facebook. So if you do it on your mobile device, if you get the Redfin app, then and you're already signed into Facebook, you literally don't have to do anything. Sign in with Facebook. One touch, you're logged in. And it has your email address and everything through Facebook. So it's super, super easy. Good story, Willie. Got a property with the heart button, my favorite button. I also wanted to, there's a really cool report. You guys do a lot of data. Of course, Redfin is known for having their own inside data. It's such a big brokerage. You do so many deals. You have so many clients that you're able to take the data that you accumulate on the deals that you're doing and actually use that to kind of measure what's going on in the market. Something most brokerages don't do enough business to be able to say that, that, hey, even if they close 20 deals in a month, which would be a lot for a brokerage, that's not enough to gauge the market. But when you close 200, It is. One of the things that you guys do and your data aggregators do is pick hot neighborhoods. You do this every year, right?
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what you found in the hot neighborhood data for 2015.
Well, this hot neighborhood information is also our predictions. So it doesn't necessarily mean that these were the hottest neighborhoods last year, but this is what we think it's going to happen this year. They actually do a national list, but the list for San Diego was interesting to us this year because the neighborhood that came in number one was El Cerrito. And El Cerrito is a neighborhood that not a lot of people know of. It's out by the San Diego State area. I hadn't toured in that area in a really long time, but there are homes there under 500,000, and they're going like hotcakes if they do hit the market. So there were some other neighborhoods that we knew that were hot, like Claremont Mesa. Also, Point Loma has been a hot one over the past couple years.
Really?
But that came in number two. But
Point Loma came in number two?
Point Loma came in number two.
That's so amazing to me.
That was amazing. Yeah.
I just haven't figured out the love affair with Point Loma yet. I don't know, because what's the average home price for a home in Point Loma?
The price
900 plus?
You're looking at 800 plus for something, and it's definitely going to be a fixer-upper.
Right?
But people love Point Loma, and it's very, very competitive, and it has been for the past 2 years. I think it's been competitive even before that, but for the past 2 years, we've really noticed multiple offers and people just really throwing everything they can at a home to be able to get it.
What is it? Can you help me out with that? I mean, I'm not talking bad about Point Loma. I used to live there. I actually liked living there, but I don't see the draw to have that kind of frenzy going on. You know, where it's multiple offers, it's 900,000, it's a fixer-upper.
There's a certain type of person that really enjoys that. There's a lot of mid-century modern architecture in the Point Loma area.
Okay.
You also have some really stunning views, either out to the ocean or out back towards the bay into downtown. It's a very neighborhood-oriented area. I have a lot of friends that grew up in Point Loma and are going to go back to Point Loma just because they love that neighborhood. It's close to downtown. You don't have to go all the way to Del Mar or some of the other beach areas. It's very close to downtown and the airport. So it's definitely a specific type of person that wants to be there. But people that do, they really want to be there.
I felt the Del Mar needle. I felt it. That was aimed at me. I could tell. A couple of my buddies used to call Point Loma Pause Loma. Because the planes fly over a lot, you kind of have to stop your conversation, just look at one another.
Definitely, if you're even on the phone, you have to stop your conversation. It's funny. We teach home buying classes every month to new home buyers, and I recently held a home buying class at the Stone Brewery in Point Loma. And they happened to put us outside that day.
Oh, boy.
So I was teaching a course, and the planes were going overhead and had to be quiet for a little while.
Pause Loma.
Pause Loma.
There it is. If you want to find out more about the hot neighborhoods in San Diego, you can find it out on the Redfin website, redfin.com. Look in the blog area. They give you the whole list of the hot neighborhood. This is the expected hot neighborhoods in 2015.
Right.
For San Diego, they have Point Loma on the list. El Cerrito, number one. You can Google that, figure out
where that
is.
If you don't know where it is.
Like I don't. Google it. They have been very, very good at predicting the neighborhoods that are going to do well with this stuff. This stuff has been incredibly accurate. So we can't guarantee, obviously, that it'll be accurate for this year, but it has been in the past. So it's worth looking at, I think. Another thing that we haven't covered today that I think is really crucial for understanding the total value in using Redfin, Jordan, is the cost structure. Whether you're buying or selling, it's going to save you money.
Yeah, because we don't have a huge cost of acquisition like I was talking about before. We don't spend the vast majority of our time trying to find our clients. They come to us. We've created an easy platform for them to come to us, and therefore we have a very low cost of acquisition. So even though we have more service than a traditional brokerage, we're able to offer that at a better value to our clients. And so whenever you're working with a Redfin agent to purchase a property, we offer a Redfin refund. It's based upon an algorithm, but whatever it shows on our website, on that listing detail page, that is the amount of refund that you're going to get. It's tax-free. We got a letter from Uncle Sam. You can use it towards your closing costs, or you can get it as a check after close. Doesn't matter what you negotiate off the price or if you pay over. It's whatever it shows on the page when you write that offer. That is what you're going to get. And then if you want to sell with us as well, we're also able to give you value there. We only charge you 1.5% represent you, and then you offer a cooperating brokerage fee to whoever's going to represent the buyer. Usually that's 2.5%. So usually you're paying 4% instead of 5 or 6% to a traditional brokerage, and you get all the extra benefits. We promote you on every single website, not just Redfin, but Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, everywhere else. We got premium placement there. And on our site, you get the 3D tour walkthrough, you get the professional pictures, you get the whole shebang.
Yep, everything there. It's not only not more expensive, but it's actually cheaper, JJ.
It's cheaper.
This is everything that you get. Redfin.com, really revolutionizing real estate in San Diego. Really appreciate you guys taking the time. I know you're very busy. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
It was great to have Willie Wilson, Jordan Clark, and Lisa Padilla from Redfin.com in the studio today. Stick around for Talking Money with Mr. C, coming right up right here on AM 760 KFMB.